in the fourth year, excuse me. The third year it was a discovery, and I think it's also a transition for ISCOM Lyon. But now that the transition, because the transition it's more or less done, I'm in fourth year now. First year where ISCOM has second year where ISCOM has fourth year in Lyon. So and it's I'm just loving it. You know, I really like classes, the way it's done, the way it's operated, and things like that. And for the disadvantage, I would say there's only one disadvantage, that is it's very hard for students to solicit internship positions on their own. Maybe it's not the case for all students, because some students, they come from family where parents know a lot of people and etc., which is not my case. And looking for an internship position, especially in the third year, well, it has been a very challenging experience.
Yes, I'm very satisfied with what I've learned so far, I guess. I definitely feel comfortable working now if I had to. I feel like I'm a professional in my field, which is advertising and brand communication. I don't feel the need to keep on going with my studies. As a matter of fact, I already have a day job offer in the US as soon as I graduate in October. So I feel good about ISCOM teaching me all the good stuff.
Okay.
I think I learned a lot throughout my 4 years at ISCOM Lyon, because when I came in my first year I didn't know much about communication, and now in my first year I've done internships, I had a lot of classes with professionals, and I think I learned a lot and I'm ready to enter the professional field and make my own place in a communication agency.
Okay.
Yes, I'm very satisfied with it. I realize that now I'm able to work in a communication agency. I understand all the specific vocabulary. I think I'm now ready to work.
I think the students, well, first of all, students are active, no hesitation, and this is where ISCOM can blend in very well as well, because ISCOM's teaching is to encourage students to be proactive, to be active, to be participative, and that is something that we can see with teachers who are actually professionals from the industry. And that, I think, is a huge advantage compared to other schools.
Yes, I think that's an advantage, because it is a human-sized school in Lyon. Teachers are available for us. They help us if we need them. And I think in a bigger school of communications, like in Paris, I think we don't have this.
Well, I think Lyon is becoming, it doesn't need to compete with Paris, because Paris is always going to be Paris. It's a whole different level. Now, I think Lyon has stuff that Paris will never have. The proximity, the humane feel to it, and also, culturally speaking, there is actually starting to be a lot going on here. I think about music festivals, for instance. Les Nuits Sonores is a premium electronic music event that, you know, it probably beats a lot of festivals in France and maybe in Europe. It's a very good example of how Lyon is starting to become some kind of, I don't know how to put it, but there's definitely a ton of exciting things going on here. The cuisine, food is exciting. If you like to go out, there's definitely some good bars and club scene that is interesting. And you know, you're pretty much in the middle of France. If you want to go to Geneva, you're 2 hours away from Switzerland. You're 2 hours away from the mountains and all the ski resorts. You're 2 hours away from the French Riviera if you take the TGV express train. So it's very central. Paris is not as central as Lyon is, in my opinion.
I think it's very, very important that they move around because first of all, we have come to a time where capacity to move around is one of the main criteria. If I'm not mistaken, at times it can be the only main criteria. And I think that if students want to give themselves a higher opportunity in emerging in the professional world, they should first of all give themselves the possibility to move around, to be curious of what is outside their everyday, and to see different things, meet different people, have different experience. That is very, very important.
Okay, and
Absolutely, I think being internationally minded is definitely a great asset for a school, and I think ISCOM could use some more of that international feel. If I had one advice to give to anyone that comes into this school is, you know, pack your bags and go do something outside of the country, because you'll learn a tremendous amount of experience from it, just because you're not in your comfort zone anymore, and you'll actually learn the language probably if you don't know it that well. And yeah, definitely I think that's a great idea.
But I did regret it a little bit because I think that studying abroad, going abroad for students can be an amazing experience. It allows them to open up, discover other cultures, meet new people, and I think companies are more likely to hire someone who goes abroad than someone who did not, I think.